Like I wanted to replicate what other people were capable of doing in the game, and I really loved the game itself. Halo has really helped me through a lot of life events, a lot of like mental health battles. Halo has served as like a creative outlet. There is a lot of videos I've made that are like emotionally charged. I'd say like my last reason for continuing to montage is just the boys, you know, like
Same thing with Milky, like, just playing with the boys, bro. Like, there's just so many unforgettable moments, so much just goofy tomfoolery going on. Like, there's just some stuff you just can't forget. I feel like listening to a lot of music brings, like, the creativity. This other big video I'm working on, the group video, I mentioned it to you previously before. The whole theme of that video is about, like, being together with, like, friends and, like, friendship no matter what. Corny as it sounds, like, you'll see. It's coming.
Hey fellas, engaging with and sharing our work makes the algorithm favor our content. We're asking for your help to reach more folks passionate about this art form. Please share, like, comment, and engage with our content the most you can. We appreciate you. Now here's what you came for.
The FMA Best Effin Frag Movie podcast is back. I want to shout out the Founders Collective, Xander, called Zodiac, Thomas S., and Photon for contributing towards the movement. And we're going to get started right away. I've got two guests today. I've got, well, I'll let them introduce themselves, and we'll go right ahead, Milky.
all right. So my name's Milky, or Lorenzo. I'm 19 years old. So I've been playing Halo since I was about 8 or 9 years old. My dad was the one who got me into Halo. He played a lot of CE and a little bit of H2 back in the day on the OG Xbox. So I was lucky enough to get to split screen it with him on the actual OG Xbox. So me and my brother were able to play with him, and that was really cool. Kind of what kickstarted, my interest in the series, even if it wasn't to the extent it is now. So once the Xbox One came out in 2015, then sales were happening for the 360. So my dad got me one of those. So I got to play some OG H3 and Reach and H4.
Nice.
And yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you going to say anything else?
I was just gonna say like kind of what started me getting into montaging. I watched like campy videos. I remember like searching up like Halo trick shots, and one of his videos came up, and then from there I saw all his montages. And from there, he was making videos with Apple Fanatic back then, so they were kind of my first exposure to montaging alongside Hyena. So once I turned about 10 years old, I made my first montages and put them on YouTube, and those are some of the videos that are still up today.
That's so awesome, man. That and Alt is also well, I'll let Alt go now, and you tell us about yourself, and because these guys are like the youngest creators in the space right now that we've got, so we're blessed right now to have them on the podcast right now.
Yo, so I'm 17. I basically I got into Halo basically just through my brother. Like I remember I think I was 5 or 6. First thing I had with Halo was Halo Reach. I played Halo Reach campaign, and I would play Octagon all the time with my brother. And eventually I got a 360 2 years before the Xbox One came out, so I got it pretty late. But I didn't have gold, so I would just always play on my brother's Xbox when he was at school and shit. And initially I started making videos on my phone to start, and I really wanted to continue. So around late 2022 or early 2023, I got my PC, and then I started editing. My first video was for Fat Rat, thanks to fucking Broy for getting me that connection. But yeah, I got pretty lucky with that.
What are well, you mentioned campy. What are some of your most influential montages and favorite montages? We'll start with Alt this time.
Honestly, Zrtrookio's main, obviously, Zrtrookio's main, that video motivates me so much because whenever I'm I don't know what to do. Like sometimes I just go to that video. There's so many like unique ideas, small little things. The soundtrack's like phenomenal. The editing's amazing. Still showcasing like all the gameplay like perfectly fine. Another editor I love is Zestel. Like DLongo is especially like a classic for me. I always go to that video a lot.
Which one
And
was
for like
the video?
for soundtracks,
Which one was
well,
the video you mentioned by Zrtrookio? Which one was that?
oh, his main like is like M3 basically, like his
Okay,
final video.
montage.
Not
Okay,
final video, but like his big video. You know,
gotcha. Okay, and then DLongo. Yeah, dude,
DLongo. That's video. Like
I love
my
that
favorite
video,
H3
yeah.
video probably. As for like soundtrack, like I always think of like Noob Slayer because he really like sets like a mood. Like Chops 5, like that entire soundtrack was just like a story, and I think it's like a way how you should go about like making a soundtrack in a video no matter what you do. Because like I don't know if it's up anymore. I don't think it's up anymore, but he had a director's commentary, and that video was basically like about his life through between Chops 4 and 5, and that was just like him expressing himself, and I think that soundtrack like did it perfectly. That video is like amazing.
I have not watched all the Chop series, so I watched one of them, and I was blown away by it. I think it was. I'm not sure which one it was. I don't want to say which one it was and be wrong, but I left a comment for Noob Slayer, which he responded to, which was nice of him. We're actually working on trying to get him on the podcast as well, and
Yeah, that'd be
Rosie.
sick.
Um, what's it called? What about you, Milky? I know you mentioned Apex, or no, you mentioned Campy, which I was thinking of Apex by Campy, which is one of the most popular Halo montages of all time. But is there any other montages besides Halo montages that influenced you?
I can't say I was like really into like other games too much. I guess when I got my 360, I was playing a lot of Destiny. I was playing a lot of Destiny before I played H5 like heavily. So Campy did make a Destiny montage, which I absolutely loved back in the day. But in addition to that, like Mastery was probably the first video that like really stood out to me. Because you know, there's nothing really like it. Especially at that point in time, there was nothing like it. And then H5 videos like Campy's M1, Campy and Apple made a Halo 5 dualtage. Those are probably
Yeah.
my biggest like motivations and my favorite videos back then. And you know, they've held up time pretty well. And with Campy's videos, they like introduced me to this idea that Tages either did or like had to end in nairs. So if you look at my first video on my YouTube channel, I don't recommend that you do, but if you were to
watch it actually. It's not bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's clean. It's clean.
yeah, and
How much of his videos have you watched?
Oh man, I went through the whole. I mean, he's been doing it he has videos from like 7, 8 years ago. So I
Yeah.
went through all of them, but not like I didn't watch all of them. You know, I watched from the beginning and then some in the middle, and then like a few of them at the more recent ones. So. And I saw he had a lot of H5, which actually I was talking to I was having a conversation with Naded on X where he was asking like which one. I think they asked him like which ones are the best multiplayer Halo titles, and he listed Halo 5 as one of them, and I never got the chance to play, so I noticed that Milky had a lot of Halo 5 videos in his repertoire. I was going to ask him a little bit about that. Tell us about Halo 5 a little bit.
yeah, so like I mentioned, like Campy inspired me to actually make H5 videos and kind of introduced me to this idea of like Tages ended in nairs. So if you look at my first video, you'll see like there's a griff ball nair at the end, which has like I think it's like 6 AFKs. It's fucking horrible. But it showed me like, all right, I should sync the big drops of the song. I should use no copyright sounds. And you know, it also made me think like, oh, Campy goes for ninjas and no scopes, and that's fucking awesome. So that definitely influenced my early play style and going for trick shots and all that in H5. H5 is definitely the game I've logged the most hours on. funny enough, my boy Chaz has gotten me playing it again recently,
Oh
and
god, yeah.
I've unfortunately hit some really good clips, so now I kind of have to make an M4, uh, which I've joked about for years, but it's kind of looking like reality right now, for better for worse.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah,
And
I've
montages
met a
in
lot of
space.
people. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely I have more clips to offer, that's for sure. But H5 it's a really cool game. It has its flaws for sure, but I think it's super fun. I enjoyed Tajing it for a while, and I met like a lot of my long-term friends through it, and like people who inspired me from literally like 11, 12 years old. I was meeting people who were giving me like life advice and Tajing advice, and it was a great game for community, I feel like.
As far as Halo 5 goes, I noticed that game's not on it's not on PC. It's a console.
There's there's like a crappy like Forge one. So like essentially it's like only custom games and Forge. So like if you wanted to, you could hop on with like your friends on PC.
Oh,
And
what's the
like
name of
sometimes
that?
we run like twos.
What's
It's
the
just
name
in
of
the
that?
Microsoft Store, Halo 5 Forge.
Okay. So you can find that
Yeah.
Halo 5 Forge in the Microsoft Store if anybody wants to play that with Alt Milky or with other friends. It's always nice to find out the resources that are available. Like I know we had mentioned Halo Archive before when I was had some chats with some other creators. Halo Archive does amazing stuff for our community as far as creating like 3D assets and stuff like that. So um really dropping their name again as well. Um any other Halo montages that influence you guys or
Um,
I would say
I
for like my
definitely
gameplay. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I would say like I have like a bunch of like gameplay like still like not edited, but like most of my gameplay has been inspired by like a live dinosaur, which is like Halo 5 montage. It's basically like the Halo 5 version of like Hyena.
Okay, I've never you'll have to send me some of his videos. I've never heard of him.
Yeah. No, he's awesome. He's what really got me like motivated to play. I've always wanted to like make videos, but he's what like mostly motivated like my gameplay as a whole.
Okay. So you guys are
Yeah.
both you guys aren't just editors. You're both players and editors for the
Yeah.
game. Creators
Yeah.
and yeah. Um what's it called? Let's move on to the next question. What about Halo continues to motivate you to continue creating in this space, particularly now that let's be honest, it's hard being a Halo content creator right now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I can start on this one if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So I think there's a lot of things that motivate me. Obviously, like from the start, like I wanted to replicate what other people were capable of doing in the game, and I really loved the game itself. But Halo has really helped me through a lot of life events, um, a lot of like mental health battles, and like just personal events that Halo has served as like a creative outlet, but also just like something to do during that time. Like for example, there's a video from Ishi called 6 Feet Apart. The song is Oh My God from I think Alec Benjamin. And like that's one of my favorite videos just because like that song really impacted me at my lowest. So even though like that's probably not a lot of people's favorite Taj or anything, but that's one of my favorites of the years just because it's like made a big impact on me. Um, Besides like watching people who have impacted me like personally, I think making my own videos has also been like a huge outlet. Um, there is a lot of videos I've made that are like emotionally charged, and even though there's not like super crazy effects, I'm not really someone who goes crazy on
Yeah.
effects, but I really try to like make a theme and set a vibe, and I feel like I'm able to do that with some of my videos. I made a Halo 4 video for Bill called Life. Probably the most, or maybe second most depressing song I've used in a video, but probably like the most depressing vibe I made in a video. So that one helped me through a lot, and especially like all the comments and support I received when that video came out was genuinely such a game changer. So I have a lot of love for this community and the people who watch my videos and support. There's people who are not just like subscribers, but genuinely like close friends. So I guess my videos are like, it's both an outlet, but I also get to like document stuff that happens in my life. I want to touch more on it later.
Yeah.
Because there's one question you asked that really ties into it well. But there's a video I put out about a month ago, I think by now, called Linger. And, you know, that was another thing that like happened in my personal life and my relationship, and something that like it helped me get through. So
Yeah.
just having an outlet like that, even when like, you know, it doesn't have to be the craziest gameplay or the craziest edit. It's just putting something together with a song that really hits me in the feels. It makes a big impact on me. I'd say like my last reason for continuing to montage is just the boys, you know, like
Yeah.
has been there for a lot of like reactions to my clips. Like, and that like genuinely makes the feeling of hitting a clip so much cooler when like someone's there with you, like hyping you up. And just about most if not all of my absolute bangers, I'd say I've had like friends there with me. My first H5 nair I hit when I was either 11 or 12. I had my friend Flash in the call with me. It was about 8:30 in the morning. I had my chocolate milk next to me, and I was so hyped about my nair. I spilled my chocolate milk all over the floor. I was like, "Fuck!" But I got a nair. Fuck. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of clips that like are just really special to me because of the people that were there with me when I hit them. I had my first MCC nair on H2A. I was with all my friends that I've been friends with since elementary school, and they would play Halo with me sometimes, and they would hype me up even though they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. You know, my M2 closer was a stick nair on arguably the worst Halo 5 big team map. And also knows my Infinite Taj closer. That one was pretty hype, probably the most dopamine I've gotten from a clip in a very long time. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that. It's in the works. Yeah, I'd say those are all the reasons for me though.
And I wanted to point this out too. You do videos for just about every single Halo that there is. I've seen. I was creeping your page, and what's it called? I seen you've got Halo Anniversary. You got Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo CE, Halo Reach, Halo 4, Halo 5. I don't know if I've seen an Infinite one by you, but you probably have one.
It's coming.
Yeah, I haven't put out an Infinite video yet, but I have a very big Infinite Taj for someone else in the works, and then I have my own Infinite Taj in the works. So definitely stay tuned. I will have covered all of the Halo games pretty soon.
Soon.
Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, you have a extensive catalog within the space of all the games you've edited to. Actually, I'll ask you which one is the hardest to edit to, would you say, to, or is it kind of like the
Oh
same?
God. I would say like honestly, much as I hate the game Halo Infinite by far, like it's so irritating because there's so many spammy weapons, and the space in between multis could be like really irritating. So sometimes you'll either have to like do it like an angle, or you just have to make a cut or speed up or just like whatever, you know.
Hmm. Okay, so Halo Infinite is
Yeah.
probably the most challenging.
That's for me personally. Milky, I would feel like he's a beast. I don't know how this guy sinks so fucking quickly.
Yeah, so the Infinite video I'm working on, I feel like Infinite has like its quirks that make it a little annoying to edit, but I mean, I've had the privilege of working with 120 FPS clips for the specific video. So that made editing stuff
Yeah,
like the
that helped a
sidekick
lot.
that shoots super fast like way easier to work with. And I'm recording my own gameplay in 60, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'd say Infinite's pretty annoying for that reason. I personally feel like I'm not very good at editing CE also. Um, I haven't really edited it in like years, but I've made a few videos for Zodi and I've never felt like I did great with them. So I'd say that's probably the Halo I struggle the most to edit. That one in Infinite, I guess, kind of, but probably CE the most for me.
Okay. And for a question for all, I had asked Milky this, and this led to this whole conversation. But what about Halo continues to motivate you creating in the space?
Honestly, like being like a huge music listener like really motivates you because like sometimes you'll just be listening to a song and you could like imagine certain scenes or like certain specific sequences and shit. So like I feel like listening to a lot of music brings like the creativity into that. And like same thing with Milky, like just playing with the boys, bro. Like there's just so many unforgettable moments, so much just goofy tomfoolery going on. Like there's just some stuff you just can't forget. But yeah, like music is definitely a big part of it. I think also like being expressed, like this big video, this other big video I'm working on, the group video, I mentioned it to you previously before. The whole theme of that video is about like being together with like friends and like friendship no matter what. Corny as it sounds, like you'll see it's coming.
Tell us a little bit about that video. That's Road to Schopenhauer. I hope I pronounced it right.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that video because that's a big video coming up. That's good. That's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. So tell us a little bit about that.
So, it's actually pretty funny. So initially, I wanted to make a Christmas video with like me, Broy, like a couple of the boys. We wanted it to. Well, I pitched the idea and they like all agreed like without a question. But me and Broy, like we were gonna edit it together. He's editing the first song. We ended up like cooking such a soundtrack that we were happy with. That like we wanted to make it like a bigger video. So like, it just like started as like a small Christmas video into like something bigger. And once we realized what we had on our hands, we just started deciding like who we wanted on the video, who and why. And everyone is picked very specifically because we want to highlight like every single Halo. There's also like a mix of like fun Taji stuff in it. It's a lot.
Who's all in it?
There's like I could go to the list. There's like
lot, my bad, man. But yeah,
no, not
is Milky?
There's around like 13. Yeah, of course. There's like 13, or maybe around 13 people in it. So, Zodiac, Topher, Milky, Apollyon, Marksman, Catalyst, Thier, Denser, Chaz, Kirby, Broy, Myclips, and there's a couple other people that I haven't gotten clips from. But yeah.
Is it multi-Halo or is it just Halo?
Yeah,
or
it's multi-Halo.
Okay, that's awesome.
There is a song that is going to have like an OG theme. Like there's going to be a song where there's only one Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's my take on that.
Tell us about your upcoming projects, Milky. You mentioned, I think you had mentioned you're working on something, an infinite montage, I think you said.
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff like either like it's in the works like planning wise or like it's actually very close to being put out. There's a Halo 3 hardcore video that should be out this weekend. I'm like kind of slacking with it because I'm kind of packing to go on vacation tomorrow and taking care of everything. So but I really do want it to be out either tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, that hardcore video is basically done. The Infinite Taj for Amnion, that's it's a really big one. It's about 18 minutes long. And I feel like it's some of my better editing work, even with how annoying Infinite can be. I've got like a passion project for Games for Yui, like clips from Games for Yui using an artist me and Alt really like, Jane Remover, and me trying to really go in on effects and experiment because I'm usually like a gameplay first kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I figured I should try to push the limit of what I can do editing wise. Oh man, what else do I have? I have an infinitage for Whacked that's just getting started basically, but that will happen. Gonna edit a leftover Taj for celerity on Reach, and then I've got H5M4 for myself and first and final Infinite Taj, and me and Alt are like discussing a duel for Infinite with like our leftovers because we've ended up hitting a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't think I've forgotten any.
Nice. A lot of projects, a lot of Halo montages coming up. And exciting for the people in the space who need that material, you know? Like I know if I didn't like, for me Halo montages mean a lot. So like I love watching them, and it brings me back to a time when things were a lot simpler, and you know, I didn't have the worries of paying bills and things like that.
Yeah.
What's called I think we touched on this already, but I just want to point this out. You guys are both some of the youngest creators in the space. Why did you pick Halo as your creative outlet? Like anything particular, or just like you said, the friendship and the the friendship and the past, all the memories of the past and everything like that, like the nostalgia and everything. And do you have any other creative outlets? Milky, you can you can answer this. Sorry, I'll say shit. Yeah, I forget there's two of you guys.
We could do like Milky first and like me, so we don't like get confused.
Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah,
Sure, if you want.
No, that's good.
All right, bet. So for Halo's my creative outlet, I think what like drew me to Halo montaging, like when I was young, I'm talking like 10 or 11, like I was in middle school. The community itself, like not only seeing the creators who are doing crazy shit, but also like I went to a really small K through 12 school for both elementary and middle school. And by small, I mean like their graduating class was 25 students. So like genuinely tiny. So it was going to be really hard for me to find people who were interested in Halo, and much less those interested in Halo montaging. So yeah, even though there's people who would play with me on the game, they weren't really matching my enthusiasm for content and hitting clips and all of that. So um kind of making friends through Halo 5, that was really important for me, and that's kind of what turned it into an outlet, I guess, because of like the community and the significance in terms of like me making friends and finding a place and becoming satisfied with something that I've poured my time into. A big part of why Halo has remained as my creative outlet. I went through some stuff with my parents, not like most people would probably see this as like good, but since I was really young in the space, they got really worried about like my online safety. So there was a point in time where like they saw like shit that was going down a Discord server, and they were like, well, this is inappropriate. And so I had to like delete Twitter. I nearly had to delete my YouTube channel. I had to delete like some of like my old emails and stuff.
man.
So like I lost like some old footage of like Minecraft videos and like Rubik's Cube content and stuff, like kind of silly shit, but like I'm still a little sad that I lost some of that stuff, but I'm glad that the gaming channel kind of stayed there, because I really don't have any other outlets that are like particularly creative, nor do I have something that's such like a easily accessible time capsule to how I've grown up. Because you can literally see me mature if you sort my videos from oldest to new. You can see like it's almost like when I gained consciousness of like reality, like mental health and things that really mattered in the world, versus like, let me make a no copyright sounds montage with some ninjas. That was fucking epic. Like it genuinely, like my videos got a lot more real to me, I guess you could say. And I just feel like it's the one outlet that has continuously worked for me over the years. I've tried other stuff. I've tried journaling. I've tried making music. I've tried drawing and making art. none of it has really stuck either like in my passion for it or just that like I look back at what I've made and I was like, this is terrible.
It doesn't
But I
feel
can
the
look back
same,
at my
right?
Halo videos. No, definitely not. Both in like the quality of my output, but also just like how much connection I have to it. Cause
Right.
montaging is like so multi-layered, I guess. Like it's a mental game to get the clips and to find the time. As you get older too, like the time to put into hitting clips like diminishes to where like it's almost more valuable when you hit something because you're like, wow, I only have like 1 weekend to play for this entire summer and I hit a fucking banger. Like with M3, I was gone for I'd say 2 out of 3 months of the summer. So I hit a lot of those clips in like 2 or 3 weeks. It was fucking crazy. I was on a hot streak with that video.
Wow.
And that's still some of my like craziest H5 gameplay. And it was probably the shortest time span I made a video in like gameplay wise. And yeah, multi-step, finding songs, editing it, getting feedback, deciding should I even publish this, um, yeah, just feeling satisfied with what you come up with.
And what about you, Alt?
So I picked Halo like as my outlet because like it's like what I'm most like familiar with. Um Videos of course like motivate like the hell out of you. Like I touched on it previously, but like music especially, like always just wanted to like make a Halo video. Like I appreciate CS and COD videos, but like Halo just speaks to me in like a completely different way, I think, and like all the people I've met through it. So just it builds like up and up slowly. Like I've done other edits from like other games like Titanfall, but like those videos haven't really came out. I have a bunch of clips for like Titanfall 2, but I haven't really like made anything for it. Just they're just all sitting in the folder done. Just haven't done anything with it. But yeah, I have some other like games I've like actually edited. Like I have a cinematic like kind of video for like a different game.
Do you have any other creative outlets? And also, we had talked about the music being the blueprint for an edit, and how that
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
is an emotional outlet, right? Can we talk about the visions that we all experience when we watch a real piece, when we listen to a piece of very motivating music that we want to make a video to? What kind of visions do you guys get? We'll start with Milky, or if you want to answer that first, you can.
Yeah, sure. Like I feel like when you're in the mindset of it, you need to, if you really want to make it, like you have to break down if you want it to be like meaningful or do you want to just make a video. I think you need to think about how you feel at the time, what kind of song you want to do, because like the song is going to reflect of like what vibe you go for, especially like songs like whenever you think of a video, you remember it by the song first. It's like that's how I am first, at least. But I think the song is the most important thing when it comes to making a video because it defies like the atmosphere, what you want to do, what's the theme. It's like all those essential things, basically, to me at least.
Yeah. And what kind of visions do you get when you listen to like a song that really gets you kind of wanting to edit, wanting to throw something together?
I'll like just start imagining like I said earlier, like I'll start imagining like scenes, and like if I really wanted to make a video, I'll like hit up somebody. Like that's what I did basically with like Flight for Cloudy Needles. I just straight up hit up Flight, and like a day later sent me clips, videos out in like 3 weeks. So yeah.
Okay. And then Milky, what about you? Same question?
Yeah, I mean, when Alt was talking about what motivated him, I was definitely thinking about like there was a point in my life where genuinely like everything was like making me think of Halo and like syncing, and it was like kind of like it was so fucking weird, but it was like anytime I listened to music, I wasn't like listening to the music itself, I was listening to like the sync points, and it was like I was like, oh my god, it is so stupid, but like it genuinely like that's what made me like there's songs that I would listen to over and over for months on end, and I would be like, this gotta be in the montage, or like I have to use this. And I guess in recent years I've I've migrated more towards like for commission work, I go with whatever people want to use, and I've got songs that are just like, good for syncing, not really like very deep lyrics or anything, but with my personal projects, I try to base it on what I'm going through. And the songs that I've picked recently, like for Emneon's video, we kind of talked about like how he feels about Halo Infinite, how he's like never satisfied with his clips, how he always like wants more in terms of his gameplay. So that was something like inspired the soundtrack that we came up with and like the theme of the video. For my own montages, like listen to music that would like kind of get me through stuff or lyrics that I could really relate to, and those are songs that I'm like, I really want to use this because the sync points are good, yeah, but the lyrics are really speaking to me, and
Yeah, the
I
meaning.
think that's gonna make like a video that I really like cherish. Like the video with Bill called Life, like I still value that video a lot because like in genuinely the lowest moment of my life, I was able to not only like hit up one of my close friends, Bill, like, hey man, do you have some random gameplay you can give me? But also like, he was like, you can make it as personal as you want, man. Like, it wasn't like he gave me the creative freedom there, and that also really speaks volumes.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, huh? When you get creative freedom.
Yeah, dude.
What softwares do you guys use?
We actually use the same thing.
Both
Yeah,
DaVinci or
Yeah, we both use Resolve.
Yeah. But I've gone through a lot of softwares in my time. I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Alt has been Resolve since the start.
The moment I like got my PC, I got Resolve. Yeah, for PC editing at least, I've been on Resolve. I don't even remember like what I edited with on my phone. Like that was forever ago.
I know there was a time when we used to push Sony Vegas a lot to people, and now Vegas is just like, it's just trash. It's just terrible to use.
I know Bro, he used it for a long time, and once
Yeah.
he switched to Resolve, he was like, oh man. Yeah, there's quite a few people who still use it.
I know Juke is like on, I think 13 or 14 or something like that. I forgot.
Yeah, he was telling me he uses Vegas. He did that whole edit everything on in Sony Vegas, which is nuts. He's got like
Yeah, that's
masking and
sick.
like an old version of Vegas too, not like a newer version with all the bells and whistles, which still sucks, but yeah.
No, yeah, it's pretty similar for Burry. I think he was doing like, it was Vegas like 14, and he was doing like crazy shit with it. And Resolve really like stepped up a lot of people's editing, I feel like, definitely like myself included. I started with Windows Movie Maker at the ripe age of 10.
Those Movie Maker.
Oh yeah, dude. If you look at my first, like, I think like 5 videos, those are all
You
in
made
Movie
those
Maker.
in Movie Maker?
Yeah, yeah. If you look at the
Holy
text, I
crap,
think you can
dude.
figure it out.
That's actually really good. They're really good videos. So like, that's a really good job you did in fucking Windows Movie Maker, man. It's insane.
Yeah, Spartan Bill definitely inspired like my hard cuts back then. Like hard cuts, sync the big drops. Him and Campy, like he inspired the hard cuts, but like the big drops, like syncing those specifically, like Bill definitely got me on that. And I started with Movie Maker. I moved on to it's weird. I don't know if anyone like has any like exposure to this. It's Adobe Premiere Elements. It was like 2018, I think.
What?
So it's not like normal Premiere. It's like a light version, basically. You still pay for it. It's just like it has like the quarter of the features that you would have in real Premiere. But that was back when I was like probably like 11 or 12. So I was asking my dad like, hey, can I get this for Christmas as like my Christmas gift? And I was like, okay, yeah. So my Christmas gift was that editing software, and it was like, I think $100. And it was okay for what it was, but render settings were mid. I couldn't make my crossfades less than 1 second, which was probably the worst part of it.
Oh wow.
If you look back at all the videos I made in it, it's genuinely like fucking infuriating. Like there's a few clips in my M1 that I feel like I genuinely like kind of fucked up because the clip, like it fades for so long. but like I genuinely couldn't do anything about that. And that was at a point where I was like, I didn't want to keep using hard cuts because I thought I wasn't doing them justice. So after that, I went to Hit Film Express, which is not the greatest either. That was before I knew about Resolve. But it was a solid free software. Like you can do masking. There's a good amount of effects. For what it was good. I think the last video I made in it was I think Death and Romance might have been the last video I made in Hit Film. So I'm extremely proud of that edit because of the fact that it was made in fucking Hit Film and it still holds up to like what I'm able to make now in Resolve.
I like that video. I like the part where he fucking shoots the laser sniper rifle on the middle of midship, and it
Dude, that clip's fucking ridiculous.
right.
He sent that shit to me. I lost my mind, bro. Like, I'm so serious. I think they sent me a grand total of like 15 nares, like 15, 16 nares. And I think I can only fit like maybe 3 or 4 of them into the video. But the gameplay they sent me was fucking stupid, dude. Yeah, I had so much fun editing for them, and I hope I get to work with Affected again because he has crazy fucking clips, man.
Yeah, that clip stood out to me a lot, man. What's it called? I know in the contest we ran for FMA that year, I think it was Blake that ended up winning the best gameplay. Which I mean, if I can be real, I wasn't a judge, but I really didn't. I don't know. I didn't agree with that. I think, but especially since it got like 4th place, right? So
Yeah.
but what's it called? Well, same question to. Well, no, we were talking about the softwares used. How long have you guys been using DaVinci now?
It's been like like around like 3 years. I started it would have been late 2022 or early 2023 I started using Resolve. Yeah, like around that time I started using it like with like no plugins. I have like the Vegas keybinds though that Execrated has made. I have those. That's
What
like
are
the
those?
only sort of I guess like sort of plugin. It's basically just Vegas keybinds, but it's for Resolve, like DaVinci Resolve.
What I'm not familiar with. What are keybinds? Like shortcuts or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like let's say you want to save, like you just have like a quick keybind for it. It's just like the Vegas like controls, I guess you would say in that sense, but just for Resolve.
Gotcha. And how long have you been
Yeah.
using Resolve, Milky?
Dude, I'm so serious. I had to pull up my channel to like literally answer that question. I know I switched after Waltz, but I can't remember when I put out Death and Romance at this point. But I know the first video I published like in Resolve was 6 months ago, and I started with it like a little before then. Like I started on Mneon's video over the summer, but yeah, I think maybe like July of 2025 is when I switched. It hasn't been too long.
How are you liking it?
I love it. I think I finally downloaded Studio the other day, and like that the speed warp slow motion is incredible. Yeah,
Hello.
I'm not like a super technical guy, so for like my purposes and this few ambitious effects I want to do here and there, it works great. I I think like it wasn't a huge learning curve for me, which I really appreciated. And I've also seen a lot of people level up their editing from switching to Resolve. So I think
Raise a pretty good example. I think.
Kirby's
Kirby
also
is
a great example. He was
He's up
using
Filmora.
Yeah, he was using Filmora, and he switched to Resolve, and now he's a beastly editor. He'll never claim that, I doubt it, but he's really fucking good at editing now.
And Believe was dope by him. I love that montage, man.
Yeah, dude.
What's it called? We're only like 5 questions in, so I guess having 2 people is getting this slow because we've been at it for like 45 minutes now. So I have to skip a couple questions. what's it called? Unless you guys don't mind being on here for like 2 hours, but what's it called? What are your guys' thoughts on FPS gaming art as a whole? And what do you think we have something special here, like as far as like the art goes?
Yeah, I would say like montages and edits are like special to people for so many different reasons. Like, like for me, it's a lot of self-expression nowadays, but when I started, it was just like entertainment value. But
Yeah.
I think for a lot of the people who've like been making content for a super long time, and I get comments like these now and then, like nostalgia is huge in montages. Especially like Halo 3 videos and like 360 gameplay, like that's really nostalgic for people to like see those like old gameplay, old like game types, split screeners, 720p, 30 FPS, like all these things that like, the hardware wasn't as good back then, but it's nostalgic now. It's like that was a different time in gaming. Um, but I think also the fact that like it's really personal to put yourself out there with a video. Um, like it definitely takes a bit of courage to put up a video
Yeah.
and even more courage to like actually have people watch it. Like when I first started, I think like my first 2, 3 videos literally have like one comment, and it's from Spartan Bill because he's the goat. But um, he was like my first subscriber basically. But um, yeah, it's definitely like a little hard to put yourself out there. So I think that it's special in that like we have so many people putting themselves out there through this art form.
Same question to you all.
Like, I think it slowly like became like more of a niche thing. Like as Milky said, like it used to be much more of a bigger thing. A lot more people that like just watch instead of like creating, or mostly just for nostalgia values and shit. I don't know like what I could add, honestly. Like I think we do have something special because like Milky said, we have a lot of people that like express themselves through these videos, soundtracks, I guess people would make. Especially people like finding like their passion, like people like finding out, oh, they like want to edit. Like I'm pretty sure Pooba has an editing job. I'm sure like he found this passion through like editing Halo stuff, especially.
Right. It has led a lot of people towards developing a career
Yeah, like
in the
that's
industry.
insane.
What's it called? They have I think we have an an underground, or I don't know if underground is the best word to describe it. I would say more like maybe under I'm trying to think of what the word is, man.
I thought niche is
Basically,
pretty like solid for it. I thought like the term niche is pretty solid for it.
yeah, it's a niche, but it's like I mean, they give out like they literally the government gives out money for to like underrepresented groups of artists, Like this is a real legit art form in my opinion. Like it's like people put their heart and soul in their videos and it shows. Like
Yeah.
so I think we've got something super special here, and it would be awesome if more people in the world got to experience this art form that we all take a part in. Um, let's move on to the next question. Oh, these are some videos that I had that I was gonna ask you guys about. Um, what are your thoughts on video like VaporReality? I don't know if you guys watched that by Photon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the gameplay was like pretty fucking like good. The songs were like pretty cool too. Like I like the kind of vibe he was going for, especially. That was pretty solid. Um, the only like small little like thing just it's just me being picky, but like certain like audio is like not there, like gun audio and stuff. That's like me just being picky though.
Gotcha. And what about the memes he incorporated throughout the video? What do you think about that?
It took me by surprise, honestly.
Yeah, right.
It was pretty goofy. I like it though.
Yeah, it's got personality. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. What about you, Milky? Did you see that video?
Yeah, I watched it for the first time when you when you asked me about it. And like Alt said, like the gameplay is super good, and I like that like he genuinely keeps like a consistent theme through it, which is hard to do for like a, what was it, like 25-minute video?
Yeah, it's a long video.
Yeah, and you know, I got a lot of respect for people who are really good at CE because I am atrocious at that game. So yeah, similar to Alt, like, you know, the audio, there's points where like it might be a little inconsistent, but yeah, it's a cool video. I would have liked to, like, with like the meme parts, I think I'm always biased towards seeing the gameplay over anything else. So there are a few points where like it covered the screen a little too much for my taste, but I could still definitely tell like it's high tier gameplay and it's a cool video.
And well, I'll ask this all together. Thoughts on Ultimum Respawn, Tempest by Zrtrookio, and Halo on PlayStation by Reflections?
Yeah, I like the Ultimate Respawn, kind of similar in that like the gameplay, I always like seeing gameplay speak for itself, but the visuals in this video are fucking insane. Like the second half, it really picks up. It's if you know Mr. Person, it reminds me of his work, like literally on crack, dude. So yeah, even though like the gameplay is slightly covered at some points, like the visuals are crazy, bro. It's a lot of respect for people who can pull shit off like that.
And you all?
Yeah, like same thing basically. Like I have like a small little thing though with the videos, like certain areas like I can't really like see like the clip, but besides that, the effects are like insane, and like the song especially, that's like my kind of music. I really like the song.
I mean, for Ultimum Respawn, it's a bit of a different style than we're mostly accustomed to. Where it's a very unique edit for sure. What about Tempest by Zrtrookio and Halo on PlayStation by Reflections?
Yeah, Tempest, like same deal. Like the gameplay is really good. Stormy and Hurricane, like they're not just putting clips like, oh, they're on big names or in sweaty lobbies. Like they're genuinely hitting like disgusting plays that like if I hit them on some like kindergartners holding their controller upside down, I'd still be very happy with hitting that clip. But they're doing it against like the best players who have been doing this shit for 2 decades. So yeah, and you know, editing wise, Zenz has always been great. The way he's learned to do stuff with like reshade, dolly cam, H2 angle work is always so fucking cool. I think like there's a few points of like Twixter warp, something to watch out for. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it. The sync and flow is fucking awesome.
And Halo on PlayStation, what about that one?
Yeah, I think that is far and away Reflection's best video. He's known how to like make a vibe. I've watched him for years now. He made like Halo 3 videos a long time ago, but he was always having like these slow-mo angle sequences that kind of dragged on for my taste. But I definitely like saw like he had like this really good potential in like, you know, like angle composition, making a vibe. So everything's really purposeful now in his video, and like just like the theme, there's nothing like it. There's no video like Halo on PlayStation. It's such a fucking cool video.
What about you all?
Yeah, I was gonna like say like the intro to Halo on PlayStation's like sick. Like it's like one of my favorite Halo Infinite videos, like by far. It's like very abstract in the beginning. I like how like the whole intros. The like colors were like insane throughout the entire video. I really like the colors. Color work is very good in that video. And as for Tempest, like that's like some of my also favorite angles in Halo 2. The angles in that video were like amazing. Zenz is always just very good with Halo 2 angles and like sequences all around. He's very good at that.
Yeah, he's a perfectionist. Both of those guys perfectionists right there. Amazing videos. Absolutely agree on everything you guys said there. The next question is, how do you guys feel about AI, particularly for using it to make montages or content for montages? how are you? How do you see? How do you think we should use that basically?
I'd say like for myself, I'm like pretty against it like visually. Uh, I think like 3D work is a really sick skill set. Um, and like AI music, I've seen like a few videos lately. I think like
Oh yeah.
both me and Alt like really value soundtrack as you've heard. So I think that like kind of takes away the life of the montage in a way. Um, so just with how much I value the soundtrack, that it makes me a little upset to see AI music. Um, but like at the end of the day, like montaging is an art form, like you said, and it's personal to you. So whatever means that you want to use to make your video, whatever you feel best expresses you, that's what you do. And reflections, I know he used like I guess it's somewhat of an AI service that he used for his announcer in Halo on PlayStation, called 11 Labs. It's like text-to-speech dialogue. He like made his custom announcer. So I think that's actually cool because like, and he also did additional audio work on top of it. Like added reverb, made it sound sick as fuck. And I'm probably gonna do something similar with Games for UE, that H4 video that I'm working on, because I think audio work, it can definitely fit the vibe, I think.
What about you, Alt?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm against it because it feels like it really takes like the personality out of it, and like I guess like humanity out of it. Especially just like it takes like the skill of 3D away, I think. Like if you know 3D,
Yeah.
like I feel like it takes the skill out of 3D like a lot. I think yeah, it takes the humanity out of the video significantly for me personally.
How about like if you make the scene your own, like if you start masking and you do like color work and you do typography, would you say that's okay or no?
At the end of the day, it's still like that foundation of it. Like I feel like at that point, I just feel like 3D is just a better route because like you could just tell it's AI also.
True, but it is getting better, right? Like it seems to keep getting better and better every like couple months now. Like this dang
Yeah, I
generative.
think like even as AI improves, though, I think like it's also kind of like the moral of it in the art form, and like the leaving the humanity in it. I think for me, like the AI music is probably the biggest problem for me. I think but like I do respect like, people do what they want to do with their videos, and make it their own.
Um, the next question is, do you feel a montage needs a story or do you think it only has to be cool?
So I've definitely like made and enjoyed like my fair share of both of these kind of videos. So kind of like I mentioned earlier, when I was younger, I picked songs that were easy to sync, or they were just like in my playlist, or they were no copyright sounds, even though that didn't fucking matter because I wasn't making money. But uh, besides the point, I definitely like try to pick songs nowadays that embody like the theme of uh or like the point of my life that I'm in. So if you go through my videos from like oldest to newest, you'll see like there's a video called Stay, which happened right about when like a breakup happened. And then like life, like I mentioned with Bill, that was kind of like my lowest point. Um I was kind of recovering from that low point in Gone for Thank Yeezy, and I kind of like made my upswing through my summertage sunlight. I was getting the dopamine of hitting clips again. I was happy with the video I came out with, and
Yeah.
acceptance and transition also kind of are self-explanatory to an extent. Like acceptance was like change was happening in my life, and I was coming to terms with it. Transition is quite literally me transitioning to college. So a lot of my big montages have been like big life changes, and the title kind of demonstrates how I've handled it, I guess. So I've tried to do like main tages are a little more introspective, a little more personal, and leftover tages. I think, me personally, I think they can just be cool. Um, but I enjoy both kinds of videos. If you look at like my favorite Halo montages, I like all sorts of videos. So they don't always have to be personal. They don't always have to be just cool as fuck, you know?
And same question to you all. Uh, do you think a montage needs a story, or do you think it only has to be cool?
I think it's just like whatever the person like wants it to be, because like at the end of the day, it's like their canvas, it's like their expression. They could do like whatever they want with it, really. I don't think there's like an objective like opinion, because like it's like really like whoever it's like about, like what Milky said, like if it's like a highlight video, it's like most of the time people are just gonna do like whatever with it. But if it's like gonna be more of like a main Taj kind of video, someone's gonna work hard on that sound check especially, and they're gonna want to like have like a real meaning to it. They want to have it like be like a capsule of how they feel at that time, or like a certain moment, I guess.
Okay.
So like my answer would be like it just overall depends on like what you want to do with the video, or like what it is. Yeah, I don't think there would be like an answer to that.
Yeah, those are both great responses to that question. Yeah. What are a few things that you wish you saw more of in FPS gaming montages, and also what are some things that you'd wish you'd see less of?
Um, well, I gotta think on this one.
I could go first then. It's okay.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So like, I think what I wish I would see more is like I touched on this like a little later in one of the questions, but I wish there's more like information like around open, because like that was like a very big problem like getting into this. As for what I would like to see less is just like people just like going against each other so much in the community. Like we already have such like a small circle. Just like we gotta keep what we have left, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's I feel like a lot of people aren't making content for themselves anymore. I see stuff that's kind of like targeted for the YouTube algorithm, or like people's attention spans, or music that you think the majority of people will like, but that's not what the art form's about. So I really want to see more people like putting their personality into the video and making it special
Yeah,
to
especially.
themselves. Like I really I think that's what I want to see more of. And like I said, like I think AI music is probably the only thing that I'm seeing sometimes, and I'm like, I really want to see less of that, just because the soundtrack is such a important part to the video. Um, but uh, I just want people to make videos for themselves and be happy with their creations, and not feel like, oh, the people are gonna love this one, because that's not what you're making the video for.
Yeah, you should never. It's like Hyena said in that episode that I had with him. Don't make it for other people. Make it for yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
And in your opinion, how can we make these videos better as a whole, and why?
I think like kind of I mean, genuinely, like being yourself in the video is what makes your video better. Um, like a lot of the videos that I really like, there's personality in them. Take like Doorman by Sice. The way like Dikari plays, like
Oh yeah.
you can tell he be having like fun playing, and so like the whole video like actually embodies that, and I feel like that's something that like I want more montages to embody. In my own videos, even though like sometimes it might not always embody like, oh, I'm having fun hitting these clips. Sometimes it's just like, oh, like this is something I'm going through in my life, but these clips were something that kind of got me through this point of my life. So I think like people need to be themselves in their video and not focus on, is this getting the most views? Is this going to hit the algorithm? Because if you're not being yourself in the video, then I don't know why you would make it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
because we're such a niche group. At the end of the day, if you don't hold the creative control in your own creations, then I don't really understand why you'd make it. Because it's a niche group. You're not gonna become like a gigantic YouTuber by making montages. That's just how it is. So you make it for the people who enjoy it, but you make it for yourself first and foremost.
Same question to you all.
I think like to make them quote unquote better, you kind of just like do it, kind of find like your own reason like why you like it doing it. Also just like the more you do it, the more you put out shit is just like the more you understand why you're doing it, and also just the more you overall enjoy it, because I think the more you put out stuff, the more cohesive it feels to like actually complete projects and stuff.
How about this question? I just came up with it right now. What is some of the best feedback that you've gotten on your videos? Like best comment, favorite comment that you've gotten that stuck the most with you?
There's been so many over the years. Like when I was younger, like I wasn't doing anything crazy with my videos, so I feel like a lot of my comments were just like, "Nice video, man. Good stuff." So just like seeing people leave longer comments was almost like a win in itself. But like I mentioned, like with my more personal videos, like Life that I made for Bill, like so many of the comments were like, "Stay strong, man. We're happy you're still here making content with us. We're happy you're here. And even like the people who I know best in the community, like saying like they're proud of me, people coming back to old videos, like it goes so far beyond just like, oh, this is a good video. Like you as a creator have impacted me. I know my boy Lefo, I think he follows FMA now and then. I hope he sees this video. He also left a comment. I remember it still sticks with me. He was like, "Yourself and Broy have really like inspired my videos, like my gameplay and my editing style, and like having the feeling that like you've impacted someone through your videos really means a lot." And it goes both ways, like people enjoying my content has left an impact on me, and if it's left an impact on them, then that like it's even better.
Same question to you, Alt.
I don't really have a specific comment, but one that does come to mind is actually one of Milky's comments that he put on my fucking Cloudy Needles, like as soon as it came out. He was being like very like, I guess like proud in a way, because that was like basically like my second video. He's also just critiquing it in like the nicest way possible, and I feel like when people like critique something, because it's just like you can't just say a video is like bad without saying why it's bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, that would definitely be it.
Actually, you guys are like really good friends. You mentioned to me before in the chat that you guys have met.
Yeah.
Like in their life, like you don't hear that a lot unless it's like at events or stuff like that. Was it at an event or did you guys like meet up?
No, he was just like in my area, and it was so last minute. It was like so random.
Yeah, dude. I was near Times Square, and I was just like on vacation with my family, and I was like, "Oh shit, you're kind of close." And like I mentioned, like with my parents, like they really are like huge on like online safety. They were always like it got to a point to where like there was like internet filters, like they had like my passwords for stuff. They were like asking who I was playing with, to a point where like I was like, "Oh, Kirby, yeah, that's my friend from middle school." Like I was pretending that people were like my my school friends, which was fucking crazy, but yeah, but that is relevant to the story, because I told my parents, "Hey, I met this kid in a study abroad trip to Mexico." And they were like, "All right, sounds good." They were like, "All right, we're gonna walk with you though." And I was like, bro, I was so scared. It was like my parents and Alt's parents, and I was like, "Oh my god, bro, are they gonna be like, so how do you know Lorenzo?" I was like, "Oh god, fuck, But they're like, all right, I'm so glad you guys can see each other. See you later.
It's so funny because like he told me as I was going there, so I didn't even know until I was there.
It's like we teamed the same Spartan, and we became best friends after that. That's awesome, man. That you guys met up, man. Are you guys going to Halo Fest by any chance?
Probably not, honestly. No, I don't plan on going to any like in-person events for Halo, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really just a Tajin guy. I'm not
just
really. I've never been much of like. I've genuinely not even played most of the campaigns. Like I'm genuinely just like a Tajer dude.
Okay. Let's move on to. I have to skip a couple questions because we're at a minute and an hour 10.
Okay.
Outside of Halo, what are some of your ambitions and goals?
I guess so. Like I mentioned, this is my first year in college, so I don't know exactly what I want my life to look like. I don't think anyone does when they start college, but I know that I just want to do something that makes an impact on people's lives, and I've seen that through multiple ways. Like in Halo, when people have said like they're a big fan or that I actually inspired their own creations, that's meant a lot. And having that outlet. In my life and like through high school, I did a lot of volunteer work where I also got like comments where it was people like, oh, you inspired confidence in me, you inspired me in a way. And so like those kind of combined to show me that like I want to impact people in my life. So my biggest ambition is just like working with people and making an impact on their lives. So my major is sociology right now, and I've kind of toyed with the idea of like working with an NGO or actually going to grad school to become a social worker. Just like stuff that really impacts people's daily lives. I want to do something that I can feel proud of.
I think you mentioned mental health before and how this is an
Yeah.
outlet for kind of like getting out that emotional energy. That's actually that's a great career to get into, is social work, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And I think you do a great job at that. Actually, you're a very eloquent speaker. What's called Alt? Same question to you.
For me, it's not much right now. It's just the back of my mind, but like I feel like like recently, like this past year, I've really gotten interested in like the idea of like film and stuff, and I feel like editing and like putting scenes together, I guess, would really like add on to that and encourage that like motivation to actually go into that for like school and shit.
That'd be great, man. We've heard stories about people getting started editing montages who went on to win like Oscars and Grammys and stuff like that, which is crazy when you think about it. I don't know if you heard that interview I had with AYS, but there was a gentleman called Hazmat back in the day. He was in the army and he used to play Halo. He was an editor and he went on to win a Grammy, I believe, or an Oscar or something like that for an edit. Yeah. He was
Crazy. I know a few people in the community who have like gone on to actually work like for things outside of Halo. Double A is probably like the person closest to me.
Oh, yeah?
right, who I know like he like edits for a pretty big YouTuber now. He actually like it's his career, and that's sick as fuck. I also know Zuby. I don't know if you guys are super familiar with Zuby, but
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
yeah, I think he also like started working on like films and stuff, which was really really sick.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, there's a whole avenue of ways that you can take this from you can make the passion your passion kind of your income basically in your life. Um, you know, which is really neat. Um, the next question is, what is something you wish you knew about editing gaming montages that you know now? Some kind of wisdom you want to impart on the people.
Oh man, I've got too many, dude. Because I've had to make so many changes to like my editing and um just over the years. I mean, obviously from like starting from different softwares, but also like just how I edited.
Yeah.
Angles. I overused angles for a long time. And then it also got to a point where I would literally like sit on a video for 6 months because I didn't want to do the angles. That is literally what's happening with Amnion's video right now. So I fucking hate angles, but I know that they're like really impactful in the video. So like I try not. I think I went a good 3 years without using any angles. I'm not gonna lie, but more recently I've started using them here and there just because like I know they can add to a video for sure, and like but I don't like sticking them in there just because. And I know like a lot of editors feel the same way. If you use too many angles, that can hurt your flow. And
Yeah.
if you just like slap angles in there to hit the sync point, I feel like you should just see if another clip works there. And like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but like you shouldn't have to force your sync points. But yeah, with angles, I also just I know myself like if I put too many angles in a video, I'm never gonna fucking do them. And especially with games like Halo 5 and Infinite, like those theaters are fucking horrible. So I would much rather not use angles. I think kind of on the topic of like software choice, both like Velocity and Twixtor are stuff that like I kind of had to understand how to work over the years. Hit film, my Velocity, like there weren't proper speed ramps, or at least there wasn't an easy way to do proper speed ramps. So they never really looked very good. And once I moved to Resolve, it looked way better. So, but when I started editing, I only really used like crossfades and stuff. So my edits were clean, but if there was like some crazy map movement or something that like is relevant to the clip, like sometimes it cuts out important points. So, that's when velocity really comes in handy. And Twixtor, I know like early 2010s, it was kind of like a trend to use a fuck ton of Twixtor. And I, in my earlier work, especially like a scrapped render for my H5M2, it's like unlisted somewhere. I'm using Twixtor on like every fucking Magnum shot because it was all DVR footage in 30 FPS, and like I'm constantly Twixtoring everything, and it's just like too much. So I think people need to be like uh conscious of warping when they're using Twixtor. Some people just kind of like slap it on there and like, all right, good enough. But I genuinely like there's videos that like I cannot come back to. Like they're great videos, but holy fuck, the Twixtor pisses me off.
The distortion, right?
Yeah, the warping,
warping and
like
stuff.
trying to Twixtor something that's like very clearly moving. Um, so like you got to be careful with how you use it. But yeah, I'm also really grateful to Christopher Apple Fanatic for setting me straight with my H5M2, and saying, "You used a lot of Twixtor, buddy." So the final version was not that version, and I think if you watch it, you'll notice, hey, he didn't fucking butcher it with the Twixtor. But I do think like Twixtoring metal lineups is really cool, and I like when people do that.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, Halo 5, you like kind of there's definitely moments where like in H5, sometimes the metal will flash for like half a second or like a second. And so like if the clip just plays out normally, then you barely see the metal. So sometimes you have to Twixtor it so you can like see the Nair metal or see like um uh just like the style medals too, like in Halo Infinite, like medals are pretty bad in that game too. Sometimes the exterms take forever to show up, or
Right.
other
Metal
medals
lineup
like
is terrible.
yeah. So like sometimes I'll Twixtor it like specifically when it's showing like what I want it to show, like bank shot, Killionaire, like stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. And same question to you, Alt. What's some kind of like words of wisdom that you'd like to impart upon the community?
I think for that question for editing, one of the biggest mistakes was like my render settings. My render settings were like awful when I was like making some videos, and I've had uploads where like it's so compressed because YouTube's a piece of shit, and like you have to upload if you want a video to be like 1080, you would have to upload or actually at least render in 2K. So like it ends up registering as like 1080 on YouTube. YouTube's very bad with like compression and stuff.
Okay, so render settings get your render settings right. I still have problems with that, man. I need to dial in on render settings big time. Just I've been depending a lot on AI upscaling, like using Topaz. How do you guys feel about AI upscaling, by the way? Like,
I can't say I'm super familiar with it. I know like you can upscale in Resolve. I haven't really messed with that
Yeah, it's
either.
super skill.
What I've always done is just like it's a 1080p project. I'm exporting it at 1440. Yeah, it's a little bit upscaled, but the compression's like so much better on YouTube that like you might as well. Because some of my old videos in 720p, that quality is aged horribly. 720p is like the new 480. It's fucking crazy. So, I mean, yeah, I can't say I'm familiar with AI upscaling, but honestly, like even just like rendering it at a higher quality, even if like you're not properly upscaling it, it makes a difference for compression, at least from what I've done.
I feel like I feel like AI upscaling is not like cheating. I feel like that, like I actually, I really agree with what you guys said. Your guys' assessment on AI, usage of AI, and kind of regret using AI in one of my videos actually. But what's it called? I feel like AI upscaling is a different thing. Like
Yeah, it's for a
it,
different purpose.
yeah, it's not like it actually affects the quality of the final composition. It really enhances it, and there's no real way to do that naturally, I feel like. And when I say naturally, I mean through other software, that unless you use AI, you know. Um,
Yeah.
I know After Effects has a upscaler, but it doesn't really do that good of a job, like in comparison to the AI one, to Topaz. What's the most challenging part about being a Halo fan, a creator in the space, and a digital artist?
I think like videos, like the wrong videos getting like attention, like it's super demotivating when you see like a clip dump of like just like not bad clips, it's just like a clip dump of just like clips just strung out with like nothing, with no attention of kind of getting any kind of like attention, just videos that are strung out with just clips like just flat out right there, and they get like the most crazy views on it, but then someone makes an edit and it gets like quarter of that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's super
Yeah.
demotivating.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty similarly, like viewership is
Yeah.
motivating. Not even just that like, oh man, I worked really hard in this video, it didn't get a lot of views, but that like it's not even like that one video doesn't get a lot of views. It's that like videos with considerably less effort make a lot more views. And back in like 2020, there was a lot of these like clickbaity titles for single clips. It was like
Hated that
Master
shit.
Chief and Noble Six,
Master Chief
some
in the
like
Bucks.
Noble Six in the books hits a Killionaire, some bullshit. Yeah. And I remember just being such a massive hater, and I was like, "Fuck anyone who uses these titles. I will stop watching your fucking videos. I'm not clicking on it." Like, um, I'm I'm pretty sure Mint Blitz thinks I hate him, probably because I remember going in Double A stream, and I was like, "I can't stand Mint Blitz's fucking titles, dude. It pisses me off." And he was in the chat actually. Yeah, and he messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, like, I just got to do what I got to do for the viewership, and like it expands, the audience to people who aren't as serious of Halo fans as you and I." And I'm like, I guess so, but it's just fucking frustrating.
You understand the reason, but it's just so stupid.
It's frustrating and it's low key corny. I mean, seeing lazy content rewarded is just the worst fucking part of YouTube nowadays. And like you said, those clip dumps are the same thing. Those
Yeah,
clip dumps get so many views, and I've even seen like you have to disguise montages with those fuck ass titles. Um, like I saw like Master Chief makes a Halo montage, and that shit got like a few thousand views, and I was like, Jesus, bro, like we really can't title the video what we want to title it. Yeah, and like I tried doing that for one video, not on my own will. I will point out Zonda and Flash. I made a dual form, and Zonda was like, title it Noble 6 and Noble 7 take on Halo Reach matchmaking. I was
sake.
like, Zonda, I fucking hate you, but fine. And then it got like 50 views because all of my usual viewers were like, well, this shit's like a troll, like a troll upload. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So like a video I worked really fucking hard on was like not getting any views because I titled it some bullshit. So like it was the opposite effect for me, which was almost more frustrating, I guess. I don't know. Um, I even test uploaded on a second channel, like Master Chief jumps off a cliff in Halo, where I commit suicide on the map Guardian in Halo 3. That's the most viewed video on that second channel. It's fucked up, dude.
I've actually had to do that for the FMA channel because I don't know if you guys remember, I used to name up the episodes with the name of the episode, like the number of the episode and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then like it was getting no views. Like my click-through rate was so low. It was like at like 1% or something like that. Now I got it up to like actually a reasonable amount, like 5.5. And it sucks. It sucks not being able, like you said, it sucks not being able to name your videos what you want them to be named, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I totally feel you on that. We're nearing about the end here. What are your thoughts on the VR montage art gallery I'm working on? And would you like to nominate any videos for that particular thing?
I will say I don't have any specific like videos, but I do think that you should like diverse like what videos are there, like a mix of like all Halos, funtages, jumptages. There's a bunch of different kind of like quote unquote montages, I guess you could like have there. Like a lot of people don't really consider like Chops 5 as a Halo montage. I actually don't think Andreas even considers it a montage. He considers it like a montage experience
It's like a short film.
or like a Halo video. Yeah, a video's honestly like a fucking movie to me.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
If for me, I'd say like there's some videos that I think it's just be like a crime not to include them. I mean, I'm also just gonna point out some of my personal favorites. I feel like I probably missed some earlier on like one of the first questions. Like Zrtrookio, self-titled, like Alt said, that's a really fucking good video. Scorpio dropped pretty recently from Scythes. That's genuinely my top one Halo montage right now. Ishi M10 is she M10, but also like Ishi M8. I mean, I know that one's an old one. You want like recent ones, but Ishi genuinely like broke the standards. He had the first 360 near. It's a crazy fucking video. Spartan Bill's Halo 4 final.
Oh, that was crazy.
He broke the Halo 4 standards for sure.
Yeah.
And Mr. Person is a beast with the edits. But yeah, I mean, like Alt said, I think there's a few games that maybe aren't getting enough love. I don't think I saw any CE Reach or H5. So I think like Terror Beneath the Fog 2 from Finn and Ernest, Joey Finn and Ernest. That should definitely be there. Wrath of the Lamb or Lambie makes some really fucking good videos. He's retired now, but The Further Adventures of VTS came out a few years ago, and that's such a fucking good video, and it's so unique as a Reach Taj. And H5, I think, Real Halo MC, his M1 is amazing, and Miniman has a Psychosis 2, which is again like super unique
One of my
play style.
favorites.
Yeah, and
Miniman's like one of a
is
kind,
okay.
absolutely.
And yeah, I know you're focusing on more recent videos as well, but something that came to mind was from Strange Stick. He has a ninja Taj called Take That. That all actually reminded me of when he was like talking about having different kinds of montages in there. That video is fucking crazy. It's like it's a lot of H3 multi-team, but it's like high ninja multis, like low ninja outplays. Like it's got everything, and it's the most creative editing I've ever fucking seen. Like I swear he's on like acid for all his videos. It's fucking crazy, dude. But they're so good, man.
When you say creative editing, it also reminds me of Future Frenzy's Scrap M3. That video is insane.
Yeah.
if you guys could link me some of these videos that you're talking about, I would appreciate it because I don't think I've seen a lot of the ones that you've mentioned.
For sure, dude.
I know for sure. Like, I want to have Stockholm in there. I want to have like Alice in there. Something. It would be. I wish Hyena had. Well, I don't know if he's released anything like big in the last kind of like 5 years. Because I wanna have stuff that's like 2020 and later.
Yeah.
So we're nearing about the end here. Is there any shout outs you guys wanna give?
Yeah.
I would say, number one would be Execrated. Absolutely, he like helps me like with literally everything with editing. Like if I have a question, just give him like a quick text. Oh, do this and do this. Man, we joke about him being a robot because like he literally knows Resolve like through and through. He's very smart and really like skilled, knowledgeable person.
Yeah. I'd say for me, there's some definitely like slept on Todgers. Lefo has been slept on for a long time. I feel like he's like just barely at 100 subs. He's really slept on. Synapse releases like crazy gameplay nowadays. Obviously got to shout out my boys Marksman and Affected.
Absolutely.
The Death and Romance boys, they're fucking crazy, and they still got stuff coming out. And I think I've probably name dropped him a few too many times in here, but Broy like deserves his flowers for definitely like infinite gameplay and editing, but just like editing as a whole. He's one of the most creative dudes, and
Yeah.
he's still doing it consistently. So definitely shout out to him.
For you all, anyone else just Execrated or?
Yeah, I would say just Execrated for me personally. He's helped me like with so much.
All right, and right now we could just shoot the shit pretty much, man. What what else is next for you guys?
I'm working on a video for Marksman actually. It's funny because Milky's video is also for Marksman, and I'm working on something for Marksman. Yeah, just really Marksman's video. I'm doing a video for Execrated. It's just like a smaller highlight video for Execrated. Doing a video for Chaz also.
Nice, lots of projects, lots of upcoming projects coming from both of you guys, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know I mentioned a shit ton of them. I've got a lot lined up, but yeah, I'm still hitting clips on H5 and Infinite, so that's kind of what I've been up to, I guess. But it's hard to balance my time of like editing
School
and
and shit.
hitting clips, and yeah, like school's very fucking busy. This school is really fucking hard, so yeah, it takes up a lot of my time. So just figuring out time management has been huge for me this year.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
I've been holding in this cough for like the entire freaking interview, dude. My whole throat has been scratchy the whole time. I didn't want to like cough while you guys were talking, man. What's it called? Dude, as far as projects go, I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I got this like surprise edit that I'm doing for Venoms. It's like a short one.
Okay.
I really can't get through like longer edits anymore. I can't do anything over 5 minutes anymore. I just don't have the patience, and I don't have the patience for it. I can't like I wish I had more patience for it. I seen like, Zens puts out sometimes he puts out like, montages that are like, 9 minutes. He's got a video for Danchi that he did. It's like 9 minutes long, I'm like, damn, dude, that's a lot of stamina, man. Like, and you guys mentioned you're working on videos that are like, 10 minutes, 18 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, how the hell, dude? I can't do it,
It's
man.
it's been months and months of working, bro. And funny enough with Hemion's video, it was only supposed to be 5 songs, and then he started hitting like basically his best clips ever on the game, to where I was like, we need to add more songs. So it's expanded a lot. It's kind of similar to how my video for Celerity came out. it was supposed to literally be one song, and it turned into, I think, like 9 minutes and 3 songs. Cause like literally like every other day he'd message me, yo, dude, I just hit like a fucking stick nair. One day he messaged me, he's like, so I know you're just finished with song 2, but I hit a nair times 8 on Powerhouse. I'm like, what the fuck? But I mean, dude, it's always so cool working with people like that too. Like they keep you on your toes. Like you never know what they're gonna fucking hit.
And they're excited. It sounds like they're legitimately excited about the video. So that kind of gets you excited too. Like it kind of rubs off on you too. Gives you fucking fire to keep pushing through the project, you know?
Yeah. When people match my energy with a project, that's the fucking best.
Especially like when he gives feedback.
It's been awesome. Yeah, Marksman's awesome about that. He'll give hella feedback. He'll like take time out of his day to like even like draw up like a mock version of like what he wants something to look like. He'll hop on to do an angle with me. He has like a bunch of theater files. He did basically
amazing with
all
theater
of the
files.
angles for me, which I low-key felt bad about because I'm like, I'm editing for you. I feel like you're doing a lot of work here, but he's a goat for that, and so working with him is fucking awesome.
You guys will probably get a bit of a laugh from this. Hopefully, it's I think it's a funny story. Have you seen the video I did? That video, Lucid's montage, God Hands.
Yeah, so
Did you see the part that Slippin did with the bullets going through the guy's visor?
yeah.
So the 3D scene in the middle of the video, he sent me a mock-up for that, and I thought it was like for real, like I was so happy that Slippin was doing a 3D scene for me, and I didn't think he was gonna do it. And then he sends me like a mock drawing, like animated drawing of it, and it looked like an amateur sketch. Like, you know, you ever seen those amateur sketch like of like a criminal or whatever? Like it looked like that. You know, like I thought that was it. I thought he was fucking with me. I'm like, dude, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, wait, this is. And then he sent a message where it's like, this is just a mock-up or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, I thought he was gonna fucking, like, I thought that was gonna be the scene. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Don't fuck with me like that.
Oh, yeah. I feel like people have such different like workflows. It's so interesting. Like seeing like work in progress stuff from other people's always like super interesting because like there's
Everyone's kind of different.
yeah, some editors will do like all of the video first and then the audio. And I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I can't do video before audio because I sync the video to the audio. But I mean, also, I feel like with syncing, it's just like really fucking easy for me. And I kind of have like a formula down with it. So I'll basically always sync most of the videos that come out, or like if it's multi-song, like one of the songs in there will have been synced in like one day, and then like effects
Yeah, but he's insane with that.
and angles, it'll take a little longer, but yeah, that's probably the best part of my editing. I feel like I don't do too much otherwise.
So you enjoy putting the sound part of the editing more than the visuals part?
I don't know. I mean, I like do them together, but I feel like it's really satisfying when like you can get like a cut or like a speed up to look how you want it to. I don't always do too much audio wise. I kind of just like, balance it, put a
I think I'm more of like
maybe.
the person who goes all out on audio and
For sure.
The audio work, do you guys use any other software for audio, or do you just use
Nope.
DaVinci?
just completely Resolve. Just completely Resolve.
Well, before I switched to Resolve, I was using Audacity for really just muffling audio, like when a song goes like to a quiet or slow point and I desaturate it, then it's usually when I'll muffle the audio. But you're able to do that within Resolve, and I wasn't able to do that on Buttfuck Hit Film, so if shout out Resolve for that. But yeah, I did fuck around a little bit with like 11 Labs, like Reflections mentioned. I really just used it as like text to speech rather than like make me an audio kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I guess I fucked with that a little bit, but there's a lot you can do audio wise within Resolve, at least for my needs. So I've never had too much need to use other softwares.
Any other things, any other topics you guys want to cover?
I think it's just about it.
Yeah, I feel like we've covered every base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was really nice having you guys on, man. Thanks so much for coming on. At one
Hey,
point I
thanks for
thought
having
this
us.
wasn't gonna happen, man. I was like, oh man, like I don't think it's gonna happen, especially today, because I thought we were gonna do it in the middle of the afternoon, and then we ended up doing it at night. So I was I was like smoking cigarettes and like fucking cooking spaghetti all day.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure about the scheduling for today. I basically like last minute planned some stuff with my friend, and then once it hit like 4 o'clock, I'm like, all right, gotta go. I got a job interview.
All right, guys. Absolute honor having you on. Thank you so much for giving me the time of your day and letting me interview you guys, man. I'm looking forward to those projects, man, and love you guys.
Of course,
Man.
bro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for having us.
All right, bye.
So yeah.
Yeah.